Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your August 2022 mid-month reading. We're looking at the last half of August, the last 2 weeks, and this reading is for the earth sign of Capricorn. Welcome everyone. Thanks for taking the time to be here to watch this or any of the videos on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for all of your likes, shares, hitting that subscribe button, the referrals, those of you who reach out for personal readings. It's all greatly appreciated. Always want to start with a note of gratitude, so thanks for all of that. Okay, Capricorn, this is for you for the last half of August 2022. If your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign is in Capricorn, it's relevant if you're cross-watching for Capricorn as well. It's a general reading, so of course it'll resonate a little differently for everyone. If you know all of your signs, sun, moon, rising, and Venus, watch them all because each one can bring in a little additional perspective or insight into your own personal situation. And if you find that something does resonate with you enough that you'd like to perhaps reach out for a personal reading, take a deeper look at something for yourself or as a gift for someone else, personal readings do make great gifts. Feel free to email me directly, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. You can also see that info by clicking the description link. I would love to hear from you. I do offer quite a wide variety of readings in all areas of life. And I can usually respond with that information within the same day that you email me. And I do readings full time. It's all that I do. So I'm pretty diligent at scheduling people in as quickly as possible. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, email me. Okay, Capricorn. Let's see what's going on for you for the last half of August 2022. I am using the Tarot of Dreams and clarifying with the Gilded Tarot. Yes. Okay, Capricorn. We begin by feeling a little bit stuck. Two of Swords. Now, twos typically represent a crossroads energy, kind of duality, having a choice you need to make. The Two of Swords represents kind of feeling stuck. It can also represent a reluctance or a resistance to look at something head on or address something head on, because then it requires a choice and a path of action. So it's a sense of feeling stuck. With the Two of Coins, again, a choice. Because this is coins or pentacles, which is governed by earth, the choice that you're considering, although it may have emotional ramifications, the choice itself may be a practical one, like something to do with, job, work, resources, assets, house, property, anything like that. It's a sense of feeling stuck and maybe not wanting to deal with it right now. Next, we have the Ace of Cups. So aces represent the number one, so the start of something new, a new path or an opportunity for that. Cups is governed by the element of water, which governs our emotional atmosphere. This can represent new love and romance for some of you, although I'm not feeling a strong connection to that. Emotional renewal of situation, or the heart just beginning to open up again in terms of self-awareness and self-love and self-value, or knowledge of self-value. With, the Nine of Coins, independence, self-sufficiency, self-confidence, self-empowerment. Somebody who's worked really hard to get to a place where they're now enjoying the fruits of their labors. We'll definitely clarify this. Next, we have the Four of Wands. Happy home, celebrations around home and family, the anticipatory excitement of maybe a social event that's coming up, whether it's formal or informal. It can represent unexpected surprises, unexpected blessings, Home, balance, harmony. Oh, with the Ten of Wands, feeling like you're at the end of your rope. The Tens can represent cycle endings or cycle coming full circle. A cycle kind of coming to an end, whether that end is leaving it behind entirely or some aspect of it wraps up and you move on to the next cycle. The Ten of Wands represents feeling overwhelmed, like at the end of your rope, and feeling like I can't keep carrying this anymore. And attached to the Four of Wands, it might mean it feels like you're feeling overwhelmed, Capricorn, with maybe it feels like you're somebody that works, you're independent, you're self-sufficient. Doesn't mean you're single or alone. Some of you may be, some of you may not be. But there's a sense here of, I feel like I'm carrying so much and taking care of so much and managing so much. I work hard. I'm coming to a sense of, my own self-awareness and confidence and self-love, and I'm improving in that area. And I work hard, but I feel like I need to find some way to negate or mitigate or alleviate or lessen this sense of feeling, all this pressure and burden and responsibility. A choice needs to be made, but yet you may be afraid to make that choice. Maybe because of how you might anticipate that it will affect your family, your home. From the bottom of the deck, the overall energy and focus is the Hermit. Maybe taking some time out, maybe isolating a little bit, trying to find the path through, trying to take all the knowledge and experience and wisdom that you've gained so far to help kind of guide you on the right path through this. So let's clarify some of this. Let's clarify that Hermit. Three of Cups and the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is another, it's one of the happy home stability, feeling like everything is in its place, particularly where home and family is concerned. Family harmony, unity, balance, everything's coming together, marriage, children, family. With the Three of Cups, which is a very social energy. This is a general reading, so what this is specifically about or the details about that are going to vary. But there is a connection central here of home and family. Now, for some of you, it may be, less intense. Maybe this is about trying to plan some kind of party or reunion or something like that, and you just feel overwhelmed because you're dealing with all of it on your own, right? You don't feel like you're getting enough help. But it feels like, but for others of you, it may be just that you're feeling very overburdened and overwhelmed with all the responsibilities and choices that you have to make in terms of home and family, and you feel like it's, it looks like you're a strong, confident, hardworking person. You're coming into that, at least. It could be that some of you feel like you're not getting enough support from the people around you that should be supporting you. It feels like maybe your intuition is telling you too that you need to make kind of a choice or a decision. You need to make some decisions to alleviate this in some way. But it feels like you're hesitant or reluctant and resistant to do that because you're not sure of the fallout from that. So it kind of feels like you're kind of stuck in that space right now. Let's clarify both these choice cards. Two of Swords, Two of Coins. Seven of Coins, yeah, taking a look. This is a card of reflecting, contemplating, and kind of evaluating, taking inventory, taking a look at what you've invested in something and asking yourself, is it worth continuing to invest to see if I can grow this crop from a 7 to a 10? Should I harvest what I can and move on? What should I do? It's looking at what you've invested in something and asking yourself if you need to make changes, because I think you do, where you need to make changes. But it feels like some of you are maybe avoiding that or resistant to it. It may be that you're thinking of that it's time that you need to make some significant changes to alleviate or lessen some of this feeling overwhelmed or overburdened, but you're resistant to doing that because it may affect your home and family in a way that you have to deal with the fallout of that too. So you're kind of caught between a rock and a hard place. 8 of Cups, 10 of Coins. Yeah, this is kind of like leaving home. It's and again, because it's a general reading, this can resonate in different ways. It may be that you're thinking of leaving. We've got the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Coins. This could be a marriage, home, family. There's a decision about leaving. Now, that leaving may be you're considering leaving home or a marriage because you just feel like you're more or less alone and dealing with everything. It may be that somebody who lives in your house, like an adult child, like it's time for them to get out on their own because you're tired of supporting everything they do. It could be, or you that's thinking of leaving. It could be literally the property itself. Maybe you're feeling overwhelmed. Maybe financially it's really difficult here and you're thinking, I need to make some decisions to downsize so that this can be manageable. Maybe we need to move or relocate into a place that's more financially feasible. But you're afraid of kind of the fallout of your family and that maybe they'll be fighting or people won't, that in and of itself is significant too. So it feels like for the time being, there's almost this like, you're running on the treadmill. You're not really getting anywhere, but you're kind of, I don't know, you're stuck and trying to make this decision. Clarify the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups, Nine of Coins. Six of Swords, Four of Coins, the Miser card, or being economical, smart, or withholding. Five of Swords, a hard-won victory. Yeah, it feels like you're like, I'm a hard-working person, and I work too. It feels like I'm running in place and never getting anywhere. I'm working, but I never seem to have much left over. And that could be financially, materially, and there could also be an emotional element here as well, Capricorn. It could be that, you're like, that plus, I've worked really hard, or I'm working really hard to get to a place where I feel better about myself. I feel confident and capable, but it's getting bled away or leached away by all the responsibilities that I feel I'm burdened with. And how can I alleviate or lessen that? Clarify Nine of Coins. Financially, it could be, I work hard, I make decent money, I work really hard, but why is it that I never seem to have enough? Because you're maybe financially committed in a way that's a bit like you bit off more than you could chew, or you're over your head a little bit. But again, the only solution to that is to cut out expenses, and that may mean downsizing, which can be a big process, and not everybody around you is going to like it or agree with it. And, again, it feels like you're thinking about things, but kind of avoidant at the same time. Yeah, Judgment and Ace of Coins clarifies the Nine of Coins. A pretty significant life-changing or life-altering decision, Ace of Coins. This can be moving, relocating, new jobs, new projects, or all of the above. Yeah, it feels like the decision that you're thinking of making or need to make but are kind of reluctant to is practical in and of itself, but that it does affect home and family, and that presents a challenge for you that you're kind of stuck on right now. Clarify the Four of Wands and Ten of Wands. Feeling overwhelmed, overburdened with maintaining the home, keeping everything going. Two of Swords, Nine of Cups, Eight of Swords. Yeah, again, this is kind of feeling trapped, feeling like you work hard, but it feels like you don't have enough to show for it because what you work for is overcommitted. The people around you have so many needs, and you end up being the one, at the bottom of a dry well. Capricorn. Again, it's just kind of this sense of feeling overwhelmed. This, a good analogy for this or example for this would be, somebody who works full time, runs the home, has kids, and they're kind of overwhelmed with everything. They work really hard, but they seem to have so little to show for it at the end of the day. Four of Swords, the Star. Yeah, this is feeling, the Four of Swords and the Ten of Wands, this is like, I am so tired. I am so overwhelmed. I'm so tired. It never seems to get done. It never seems to be enough. But the Star is a card of renewed hope, faith, and optimism. So, again, there's this sense of trying to work it out. I think the challenge here is that your intuition is telling you probably what the best, most practical thing to do is. But I think what the challenge is, what you're getting stuck on is, okay, what's the emotional fallout going to be? Is my home and family, I don't want to, like say you live in a place that's really nice, but it's financially a bit above your head, and you're coming to the realization that, okay, I've got to have to downsize. This is an example, but it may be one that's relevant to some of you out there. Okay, you know what? The most practical thing to do is downsize, because then I'll get some of this financial burden lessened, which will help me a lot. On the other hand, I really like this place. The kids really like, all of that kind of stuff. So you're kind of, maybe some of you are procrastinating. That's what the challenge is here. It feels like you know what decisions you need to make, but you're kind of avoiding it, right? You're thinking about it, but kind of avoiding it at the same time. All right, so let's end with some advice and guidance cards for you, Capricorn. The Chariot, the Magician, the Seven of Cups. Okay, so the Chariot, this is about manifesting what you want, what you need, putting the work in to do it. This is about taking action. The Magician is the manifester, right? He's the entrepreneur of the tarot. This is a self-made person. He's worked really hard to get there. He knows it's not enough just to have the desire or the want or the daydreaming and fantasizing about it or positive visualization. All of those are good and positive and where it starts, but he also needs to physically go out there and take all of his tools and wisdom and knowledge and experience and resources and the ability to gather resources and put that physically with a desire to actually build something, make what he wants into physical reality. It takes all of that hard work, which is what the Chariot is too. The Chariot is a card of success on a challenging path. You've got to direct this chariot, these two horses, which sometimes want to go in different directions. You've got to channel everything, and in order to do that, you've got to decide what your goal is, stay focused on it, don't lose sight of it, don't let anybody let you lose sight of it, and really move forward, because there are other options out there. And there are other options here. And I think that you know what you need to do. The question is just getting up and doing it, regardless of how challenging it is. Because making changes, there's a beginning, a middle, and an end. It's just a temporary thing. It's not the whole thing. It's just the next thing. And you'll get to the end of it, and I think a lot of this burden will be alleviated for you. Okay, Capricorn, those are your messages for the second half of August. I hope that you found them useful or instructive or gave you some food for thought. Again, if any of this resonates with you enough that you would like to maybe take a deeper look at it, reach out for a personal reading. Feel free to email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to hear from you. You can also get that contact info by clicking on the description link with this video. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the September general readings. Stay safe and well until then, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.